Okie dokie cakey makey. I have got a really fun cake for you today, but you got to watch till the end because you really don't get the full effect until the very last couple of shots. The theme of the cake today is camping. So this is me constructing my tent. I made myself a little cardboard cutout so that I could use that as a guide to cut my triangles out. And you can see that I've got them stacked sideways. This is a much simpler way to get this shape than if I was to stack them the other way. I'm using a red velvet mud cake and white chocolate ganache. I then made up some khaki fondant, and to get that colour I just used green and brown and mixed them together. I stick my fondant onto my ganache using a little spritz of water. And then I cut away the excess, and using the Sweet Sticks Edible Art paint, I painted one side black because that's going to be the inside of my tent. On the other side, I just had the doors closed. And then I just started adding a little bit of detailing to the tent to make it, look a bit more impressive. I added some stitching using my little stitch tool. And I also put some markings into the tent to make it look a little bit more, realistic, give it a little bit of movement. And I just used like a fondant tool to do that. Next up, I added a little bit of brown edible dust to the whole tent to make it look a little bit dirty. I then spread chocolate ganache over the whole board and added a edible dirt. To make the dirt, I just blitzed up a whole heap of chocolate and vanilla biscuits in a food processor, added some melted butter and stirred them all up, and there you go. Next up, I made some fondant rocks, and that's just marbled fondant, some different shades of brown and grey. And then I made a little area where a campfire was going to go, and then popped a few around the board. I wanted it to look a little bit like a scene. And to finish off the whole look, I added some grass, just using buttercream and a little leaf tip nozzle. And then this is my favourite bit. I got some candles and I cut them really short, and then I popped them in the little area where the fire is. And when you light them, it looks like a campfire. Are you ready? Look at that. It looks so freaking cool. It just finishes off this whole cake. It's just so much fun.
Hi guys, I made a beach theme cake and thought I would share it with you guys. I filled and crumb coated a 6-inch vanilla funfetti cake and covered it in a sand colored buttercream. I smoothed the top and the sides, and then I made some decorations using a mold. I made a bunch of seashells and I colored some different colors as well. Then I colored some buttercream blue using Chef Master's Royal Blue. I love Chef Master. I use their colors for pretty much all my buttercream cakes. I wanted to create the effect of an ocean on the cake, so I used some white buttercream and swirled the blue together with it, and I gently pressed the buttercream onto the sides of the cake. I smoothed it over lightly with a bench scraper, and then I chilled it in the fridge and went over it again with a sharp bench scraper. I painted some texture for waves on the cake with some white buttercream, and then I attached the little fondant seashells to the side of the cake. I also made a mountain structure with some excess cake that I had, and I placed it on top. I hope you like how this cake turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Hey friends, we got a Black Forest cake today. And Black Forest cake is made with chocolate sponge cake, which is very different than an oil-based chocolate cake recipe, so I thought I'd talk about the differences between them today. So a sponge cake is basically just eggs beat with flour and cocoa and sugar. So they're really light and fluffy, and they're often soaked in a simple syrup, or in this case, a cherry kirsch syrup because it's Black Forest cake. Versus an oil-based chocolate cake recipe is really moist, made with oil, some eggs, but they're not beaten, buttermilk, cocoa sugar, flour, and all that. I personally prefer the denser, moister chocolate cake, but some people just love a sponge cake.
Okie dokie, artichokey, hokey pokey, no jokey, I've got a cakey for ya. Customer contacted me. They wanted a relatively small cake. This is a 5-inch, so I decided to go nice and tall just to make it a little bit more impressive. Also, I get a few people that are a bit confused about when I say the size of the cake. 5 inches is diameter, not how tall it is or circumference or anything. It's diameter. Also, fun fact, most of our measuring here in Australia isn't in inches, it's in millimetres or centimetres or metres. But in the cake world, we say inches, so that's just how it is. Anyway, back to the cake. As you can see, I've added in some different shades of blue on top of that base colour. You just got to make sure you chill your cake in between each colour application, because if you don't, you'll just get blended colours, and you just want your cake nice and firm when you add a colour, because it ends up with this really cool effect. And I added in some gold leaf and a 30 topper, make it a little bit fancy.
As you all know, David Dobrik is giving away a Tesla to the top video on his hashtag, and I thought I would give it a crack, using my one niche talent, baking. So I whipped up my favorite chocolate cake recipe, sprayed my car cake pan to make a Tesla cake, poured it in, and then baked it at 350. It looked really good when it came out, and I was really excited to decorate it. Then I put a super thin layer of frosting on just so that the fondant would stick better, and chilled it. Next, I rolled out some white fondant. I covered the cake with the fondant and smoothed it out. Once it was really smooth, then I took some black fondant, rolled it out, and made some decoration, including the really tedious Tesla logo. After I put all the decorations on, I was really happy with the way it turned out, and I think it looked pretty similar to a Tesla. Is it real or is it cake? Well, then there was one thing left to do, cut it. So I took a nice thick slice of the cake and served it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. For more content, follow me on Instagram and YouTube. Bam.
Yeah, your cakes look good on the outside, but I bet they are dry and taste crap.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. So muddy. It looks so yum.
Princess dress cakes used to be my thing. I think they were like everybody's thing for a long period of time. You guys let me know if people still like these kinds of cakes. But this design was one of my favorite designs because I thought it was just so unique. I came up with it myself. It wasn't copied off of anybody. And what I wanted to do was a twirling dress cake that was actually elevated off the cake board. So I lifted it up with some dowels and kind of put this kind of skirt around it, covered it in yellow buttercream, and then made the top out of some fondant, and then kind of impressed some details just using a fondant veining tool just to make it really detailed and beautiful. And then I started adding on all these little pieces of fondant that I ruffled together like this and twisted them around the dress, almost as if the dress was twirling around. And I don't know, I just thought it was so unique and so pretty. I mean, it's a dress cake, but it's a dress cake at a different level.
What they asked me to make for them versus what I actually made.
Mom, you should have paid my rent. Go get a fucking job.
Let's decorate. I feel like I haven't done a cake decorating video in so long, so here we go. And the color of this is so nice. Like, the green is just incredible. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just so nice. It was for a customer, well, it was for her boyfriend. His favorite color was green and gold, and she wanted like a crown on there. And then I just added like extra chocolates and some Ferrero, and then you're going to see in a second the gold splashes and sprinkles and gold leaf, and it's just so nice. Like, gives like regal kind of Prince vibes. I don't know, but I love it so much.
Wave cake in real time.
I'm so obsessed. I want to chop your body. Your body they make a machine. Open up, make I see you on it. You're my love, one city. If you make a bad man sing,
Hi guys, I'm back. Not that anyone cares, but I just thought I'd do like a YouTuber where I've been video because I'm just so mysterious and like my life is so interesting. So basically I had exams. That's about it. Really nothing much else. I just had exams. It's my final year and I didn't really want to mess it up. So I was like, let me focus on that first. And now I could come back here and just, you know, like make videos and just have a good time. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't even think anyone really realised I was gone. Who do I think I am? I think I'm a YouTuber, that's what I think I am. But yeah, I hope you're all well and healthy and happy. And if you're doing exams too, good luck. Get off the TikTok app. Go back to studying. See you soon, guys. Bye.